Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. And today is the first day of the week of our regular program, right? Tomorrow, of course, is Dear Bumi Day. We'll have a bit of a revised version of Dear Bumi. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. But today, it's a pleasure. I'd like to talk to have rub minds with Dr. Doyin Odebowale, who is the former senior special duties and strategy to the late governor of Ondo State. Dr. Odebowale is a traditionalist from Ogereremo, Ogun, and he has a PhD, is in classics, and is a lawyer practicing in Ibadan as we speak. Good morning, Dr. Odebowale. Can you hear us? We have him by Zoom. Good morning, Doctor. How are you? Morning. Okay, we'll take a short break. We have a small technicality. Let's see how well we can solve it. There he is. Good morning, Doctor. How are you? Somebody has ceased his voice. What do you mean? Eh? Doctor, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, I thought, when you have two juju bands competing at a party, they say, morning, Doctor, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Fantastic. I'd like to, so what we are going to discuss with Dr. Odebowale is the recent, the recent burial of the Awujale that threw up this thing about the traditionalists and religious, those traditionalists and those of other religions, was the best way we can put it. Good morning again. How are you today?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, so much, you're loud and clear. Okay, you're loud and clear. Okay, the first thing I want to ask is, what is your reaction to the controversy that has evolved because of the way and manner in which the Awujale was buried? I'd like to ask your feelings on that.
Well, I thank you very much. You see, as the Remo indigene,
yes,
as a person from Ogun State, I felt sad, and I'm still really, really sad about what happened. And the reason is not far-fetched, because you see, this idea, let us even keep religion aside.
Yes.
Let us keep religion aside. Let us talk about the identity of a people, the mystique of that office. The mystique, because the idea of, forget about the niceties, forget about the expurgations and embellishments that people now put forward in order to win arguments. They are not thinking about the people whose identity they are pillaring. That is the sad aspect of it. That's sad.
But why do you think that? Why do you use the word pillaring? I mean, do the people in general feel so bad about this? The fact that he was buried as a Muslim and the traditionalists were denied access to his funeral?
It's not even a matter of being denied. You see, this is the mistake that they want to push us into committing, into making. It's not about being denied. It's not the traditionalists that have been denied. It's the community that has been denuded, that has been stripped naked. That is it. It's the community. And in all this, where people now, say, oh, what is the role of Oshugbo? What is the role of this? And I said, when Sikiru Adetono was going to be brought from London to come and ascend the throne in 1960, who brought him? Imams? Was he taken to Mecca before Kaaba? Was he taken to all of these places? So who brought him? So we don't even have to go far to know that a certain character stayed on the throne for 65 years, enjoyed all the benefits and privileges of the office, and decided to destroy it. And he didn't just start. Now he's dead, so he's not in a position to defend himself. And I don't want to make any outlandish claims about anything. But of course, when he started in the early 80s, that was the time that the Saudi people, the Saudi Arabia people, were taking money all about, and and Yoruba land was their target. That was when you had these controversies about one mosque was going, Jesus was not the son of God, and all of this. Even MK Abiola was involved. MK Abiola was involved at the time. So I think our people should know where all these things started from. And when Sikiru Adetono was going to really start his journey towards the desecration of the land, he invented, a very funny story of the Jebus coming from Wadai in Sudan.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to be seen as inferior to the Oni of Ife. Because all of us Yoruba, we say we are from Ile-Ife.
Ile-Ife, yes.
We see Odua, the mythical figure, as a progenitor. He was trying to reject that, creating one Wadai, and putting himself as if he just fell from the sky. So that was when it started. So the Oshigo who challenged him, he ensured that all of them, especially during the First Republic,
yes,
those who challenged him on the fact that he slept with two sisters of the same blood, that he was arrogant, he was doing this, he ensured that he sidelined all of them, starting from Ogbeni Oja Adeola Bitola, who spent his money to bring him from abroad. His father was a poor man. He was on Western Region Scholarship when he went abroad. So he was not a man of means himself. So there was something outstanding about him
but wait a
that would
minute.
have made anybody to bring him.
But wait a minute, Doctor.
So,
you also remember, though, that it was the father that chose him.
Yes.
According to what we hear, it was the father that chose him, that he was even reluctant. I think he was in his 20s or so when he was brought back. Are we going to blame Ifa for not knowing the kind of person Ifa chose? I like to.
No, Ifa Okpuro. If Ifa chose the father, you see, all princes are eligible to ascend the throne. But you find out that, you see, some are more qualified than the others. That's why you see in some traditions, they give them calabash to carry. It's not as if the person who carries the calabash filled with pepper will not ascend the throne, but it's just a message that, look, you have to be ready. His time will be tough. The one with Tigba Oyin is how you are going to enjoy. The one with water is, peace and all of this. So, all princes are eligible. All of them. But you see, you have the Oshugo, or wherever, depending on which community you are dealing with, you have this selection process put in place. And in the wisdom of our ancestors, those who put them in experiences, informed why they put all those things in place.
But part of the argument he put forward is that the part of the process involved, as it were, to put it the best way, the loss of lives of certain persons, and that was the complaint amongst others, that the former process where there was an Obaba who would die with the Oba and so on and so
can see Sikiru Adetono was being dishonest. When he came from, Belegbuwa, and the Awujale who died before him,
yes,
died in 1959.
Yes.
He died in early 1959. And it was almost a year before he became the king, on the 2nd of April 1960.
Yes.
So, was he around? Who was killed for him? What was he told when he was in Ikpebi for 90 days? He was in Ikpebi for 90 days.
Yes.
And what did they do in Ikpebi? What they do is, all these chiefs, the elders in the community will come to inform the king. Some will even bring gifts to the king. The last part of the ritual, I participated in the last part when Olowo was going to ascend his throne. My office as the senior special assistant, special duties and strategy, supervised the last process.
Oh, to the governor then?
Yeah, to the governor of Ondo State. Aketi instructed me to ensure that there was no problem. I supervised it. So all this over mystification of the ordinary and the deliberate disinformation that Sikiru Adetono and others just pushed forward, only they can explain why they are doing this.
Okay.
This suggestion of cannibalism, where is it coming from?
Is it true or false? Had it been like that at one time or the other?
Well, you see, I was not born 100 years ago.
Neither was I.
But as at 1914, when the country was amalgamated and we came under British rule,
yes,
anything like that, or anything even remotely suggested that anybody would want to embrace that anachronism was no longer possible. If you have read the play of Wole Soyinka, Death and the King's Husband, that was referring to the time of Alaafin Shiyanbola Ladigolu, the system of Abobaku in Oyo. There was the system of Aremo, who was allowed to live in the same town as the Alaafin. And something must have been formed in the past because some Aremo became too arrogant, too powerful, and they became reckless and so on and so on. So to check the excesses. So in the wisdom of our ancestors, maybe it happened. But you recall that in 1949, the Oba of F1 was executed for killing a 15-month old child for ritual. He was tried and executed. The chief's law does not, this idea of chieftaincy stool is about denigration, is about demotion if they know what is happening to them. Because the British came with the idea of that only the queen at that time was the one who must sit on the throne, that all other pretenders had stools.
I see.
That is the meaning. Only the queen, Her Majesty, could sit on the throne. Others had stools. So whatever you call yourself, wherever you may pretend to be acting from, whether you call yourself prescribed authority or paramount ruler or land or whatever, you were under the queen. And to show that they were vassals, some of them even went to kneel before the queen to be knighted. They became sir. They became sir. All of this. That is it. You mean you are a chief under the queen. So, and if you were under the queen, then you must of necessity obey the law, the ordinance that controlled Nigeria after amalgamation did not allow anybody to kill another person. So it was murder, and it is still murder.
So in essence,
it is still murder. So anybody making such statements is reckless.
In essence, Doctor,
it's reckless. I listened to one honorable from Ogun State House of Assembly. He was talking rubbish. He opened his mouth to say that, will you want your own child to go for NYSC, and somebody will say the child is missing, that they will kill the child. Where has that happened? He has spent too much time watching Nollywood because they don't do anything in the House of Assembly. They just share money. He has spent too much time watching this Nollywood, the script written by illiterates. Where is that done? Where is it done? Olowo of Owo. In our Ifa, Olowo is the son of Orunmila. It was because of what happened between Olowo and Orunmila that made Orunmila to return to heaven. Olowo is not under anybody. Orunmila released the king to us when we went to beg him to appease him, because Olowo will tell you, look, Odade Demode, Olole Kaide, Otopai, Ofopatile, even if it's me, Ole Dobale, any kankan. Olowo will not bow to anybody. Forget about these people, these pretenders who say they are first class king. Olowo doesn't have to, even our being Yoruba, our identity prescribes him as numero uno. But even at that, I'm telling you that I witnessed. I can't say many things on here. I witnessed his selection. I witnessed his coronation. I did.
I wish I was there with you. But I've been trying to ask a question since, in the sense that what exactly should have been done at the death of Adetono? What exactly should have been done? when it was
ordinarily,
Yes.
if a king who did not consider himself as being above the land dies, the next in command to him should know, and that is the man they call the OC in the Olisa. The Olisa in Ijebu-Ode. He should know. This is not about having money. This is not about having gone to Mecca several times. So it's about the right. Because no member of our family can be the Olisa. Some families, that title belongs to some family. He ought to have known. And he in turn will inform the Oshugbo. The Oshugbo, maybe I have to quickly say this, is just like the parliament, traditional parliament, nothing else. Traditional parliament. It is just like the Oyomesi in Oyo, in the ancient Oyo Empire. Their role is to act as a veritable check on the excesses of the king, or to advise the king from time to time. That's all. But now to paint the Oshugbo as blood-sucking, as vampires, as this, I think it is irresponsible. And it is part of the pervasive ignorance in our land that we don't even bother to ask. The moment you hear tradition, it's about Nollywood, it's about somebody, it's about money ritual, it's about people drinking blood, it's about one aje, controlling the destiny of somebody. Anybody who does not work will not eat. But in our place, I'm not discounting the possibility of having these extraterrestrial spirits controlling the affairs of men. But to now reduce everything, plain murder, criminality, you now want to hide it under tradition. There is no tradition which anything that does not affirm life is not good. That is not us. The Yoruba race is so sophisticated to the point that you can't begin to ascribe evil to us like that. My PhD was written on Egyptology. I know a little of how pharaohs were buried. I know the idea behind mummification, life after life. Every society conceives the idea of how to sustain itself. You cannot question the ancestral wisdom. The pyramids, the sign of the sun, Ra. Some will call it a gigantic, a huge waste because of the economic implication of just constructing a pyramid and not getting anything from it. But what we call breeding engineering architecture today has been greatly influenced by that architectural masterpiece, all abiding. The idea of perpendicularity, 90 degrees, horizontality, all of this, they came. The Egyptians wanted to stay alive, life after life. They didn't come to impress anybody that they were scientists. But the inundation of the Nile, the constant inundation of the Nile, ensured they lost lives, they lost crops, they fought over land. The science of geometry developed as a result of, once the Nile the flood receded, they will be crawling over landmarks. That was how perpendicularity was formed. 90 degrees. But look, as we are looking at the sea from the horizon, the sea from where the sun is rising, put it down, then you get it done. They solved that problem. They were religious. Religion was central to everything they did.
Okay.
The mummification that now leads to embalmment today, that people now put their parents in the morgue for 50 months, collecting money for party. They did it because they believe that the soul will normally come back to visit the body. Come to visit the body. And they want to keep it in this prison state.
Okay, I got to take a break now. I'm going to take a short break and I'll be right back. And when I do come back, we'll start taking your lines, your comments, and your questions. So don't go away. It's still the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
bring one cold can of Malta Guinness.
I beg, make am two. Quick, before driver move.
Oh yeah, take. One na 600 naira. So na 1,200 for the two.
Yes, so Malta Guinness is now 600 naira. Now you get the same refreshing, nourishing, rich premium Malta Guinness for just 600 naira. Available at stores near you. Malta Guinness, here for every kind of you.
One day now, one day. Walk no go rest the day. Say you still fit go on holiday. Make you know they complain. Retire in grand style. Make it worth your while. Choose a partner that will stress you out. Let's shape your future. Access ARM is working for you. Access ARM is investing for you. To live a life that you dream for you. We don't go for your head.
Let's help you shape the future you deserve. Access ARM Pensions. Future shaping.
Ah, finally.
Finally what?
I've been trying to reach your phone for days.
Oh, so sorry. Telecommunication services have been very poor in my area lately. Some hoodlums vandalized the telecoms masts around here.
Ah, they tried it in my area, but guess what? Our people now protect the mast as if our lives depend on it.
Wise move. I must tell my husband to raise the issue at our community meeting so that we too can protect all our telecom masts.
Exactly. You see, when telecom masts and fiber cables are destroyed, every area of our life, from education to healthcare to banking operations and the entire economy, is affected. Vandalizing telecommunications infrastructure harms everyone. Dial 622 from any network or send an email to protect@ncc.gov.ng to report suspected cases of vandalism. This message is brought to you by mobile network operators and towercos in collaboration with the Nigerian Communications Commission.
Introducing the all-new Infinix Hot 60 Pro Plus, the slimmest 3D curved screen in its class. Celebrate moments with its pro-grade photography powered by Sony. You can erase, expand, and perfect photos, all in a dedicated AI button. And its Google Circle to search has no limits. Tough yet slick with its Corning Gorilla Glass 7i, plus IP64 splash and dust resistant. Get the Infinix Hot 60 Pro Plus today. Hot 60 Pro Plus, ultra slim, ultra powerful.
All right, class, settle down. Today, let's talk about how you started your day.
We got dressed and had pancakes with John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for breakfast.
My mom makes John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for us too.
My mom calls it instant goodness. My sister and I always put it inside our pap. It's so yummy.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate is a chocolate drink made of rich cocoa, milk, and sugar. Available nationwide in stores. John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
My ions, please, can't get enough. My ions, please, give it to me now, now. It gon' rehydrate you, yeah. Replenish your ions with Pocari Sweat. Rehydrate you faster, easy we observe. Pocari Sweat, give me some more. Pocari Sweat.
Hi, this is Nene from the boat safety team. You can't see us, but we're right here with you on every boat ride. To your left is the ride insurance team. We insure your ride as soon as your trip starts. To your right is the record audio team. We keep a recording of your trip for 24 hours in case you need it later. And behind you is the customer support team, ready to chat 24/7. We're the boat safety team, by your side on every ride.
Hey, Chioma, you don't try, oh. See as my kitchen clean.
Mama.
Eh? But you no use hypo.
Hypo kwa?
Yes, so germs say para. No gree. Protect your kitchen every day with hypo.
Little body, big moves. Little brain, big learning. Your little child is eager to do big things. Every sachet of Cerelac Junior comes with the nutrition they need, natural grains, protein, and iron to support their physical growth, learning, and development. So you can fully enjoy your little one's big moments of growth.
Start your day and have a good time. Kivo Creamer. Where you need to have the break time. Kivo Creamer. If not tea, Papa Garita. Kivo Creamer. Kivo Creamer.
No man, these days all you hear is save, invest, save, Wait, how do you guys find this money? Is it not someone that is settled that will have money to save and invest? And even if I manage to invest or save, the interest rates are so low. And one can lose money in all these crypto, NFT, blockchain, and so on.
Introducing Fund 724. It's a simple solution to all your money goals. With as low as 1,000 Naira or that urgent 2K in your pocket, you can start saving with Fund 724 and earn solid returns on your investment. And you can withdraw your money from your account for free. Anytime you like, just dial *724# on your mobile phone and follow the prompts.
Oh, so no need to download an app or join a long queue, huh?
Dial *724# now to get started. Fund 724 is available 24/7. Guarantee Trust Fund Managers is a subsidiary of Guarantee Trust Holding Company PLC and regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Hey, rewards to land. When I buy airtime and data on any network,
I get up to 10% cash back.
I pay my NEPA, DSTV, or StarTimes and call
3% cash back.
Now so smart cash back don't get reloaded.
And they load my wallet.
Hey, it's the Smart Cashback Reloaded. Top up airtime or data on any network and get up to 10% cashback, or pay your electricity or cable TV bill and get 3% cashback sharply. Only on Smart Cash. No door yourself. Download the Smart Cash app or dial *939# to start today. Terms and conditions they shall.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
You're listening to Jimi Disu right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, welcome back to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu, and I still have 1 second. There's this message that came in that I'm trying very hard, and I can hear myself. I'm trying very hard to read. Doctor, can you hear me?
I'm listening.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
There is a message that has come in from a gentleman called Odebowale Adetola.
Yes.
I want you to listen to this. It says, the Alaye of Odebowale was recently laid to rest in accordance with Christian traditions. Why the opera over the Awudale's burial? Could it be because of his Muslim faith? Or rather, just say that, could it because he's a Muslim? He says there was no opera when the Alaye of Odebowale passed on.
Can I quickly debunk that?
Yes, debunk that. Yes.
Oh yes, you see, I've read so much about that, even on Facebook.
Yes.
So since you advertised this program, many of my friends have been tagging me, calling me from the US.
Yes.
Somebody even sent a message that my aburo, Ashipa Wasiu Banjo, Doyin Banjo,
yes,
who is also a lawyer, which sent to me and telling me about this Alaye of Odebowale.
Yes.
They should also mention Alakperu. Alakperu also died at the same time. Alakperu is the Oba.
Yes.
Of Dapabiodun's town.
Yes.
Alakperu also died.
Yes.
They should mention it. Whether because and I know the Oluwo of Iperu.
Yes.
Opeodu, who is also a lawyer. and you should invite Oluwo of Iperu and others to come, whether they removed anything from Alaperu's body, or whether anybody, prevented anyone from doing anything. The Ogbolu.
But what
this idea of bringing in, the idea of bringing in Tabligh, chief imam, and all of this, they only disgrace their family. They didn't disgrace anybody. If the people are brother to fight.
Yes.
Yeah, if the
See, I want to get this. I want to get this right. They are saying that when the Alaye of Odebowale was even buried in the church, there was no opera.
I didn't even know that any Alaye was buried. I didn't even know that anybody, but it is they who actually wanted to make an issue of it. It is they who wanted to make an issue of it. I mean, you don't forget that the late Awujale started his campaign when Saudi money was coming in the early 80s.
You keep talking about
it.
Okay, you keep.
I'm telling you this. Look. Do you know the Lisa? Do you know the name of the Lisa of Ijebu? Have you ever seen his picture anywhere at all?
No.
Yes, he's the second in command traditionally. Where have you heard about him? The Oshugo people, they are largely illiterate, and some of them even bear Muslim names. They must have gone to Mecca too on his ticket. This was about conscious destruction. Conscious destruction. Now look, they displayed his body.
Yes.
Just like that. That man who ruled for 65 years. He ruled for 65 years. Why will anybody not want to talk?
Okay.
Why will anybody want to talk? And why should the Muslims and the Christians be interested about how a king who ruled for 65 years, who derived immense benefits from that?
Wait, sir. It hasn't answered my question, the question I'm sent as why there was no opera when these two were buried.
Perhaps because if what he's saying is true,
yes.
The Alaye of Odebowale, was not as prominent or as Sikiru Adetono. Was not as prominent as Sikiru Adetono. And maybe, he did not enjoy the privilege of summoning the governor of a state to come and sign a law in his palace.
Okay, because it leads to the second question.
Yes.
Which says that by a gentleman called Adetola Odushote, who is a partner at CMC Connect, and he says he disagrees with you. A law was promulgated about 3 or 4 years in Ogun State and was signed at the Awujale's palace in the presence of some eminent traditional rulers, not all. This law empowered. Wait 1 second, sir. This law empowered traditional rulers to choose the way they would want to be buried. And he's wondering why nobody complained publicly at that time on when this happened.
No, I think to say nobody complained is not correct.
Okay.
People actually complained. And what Awujale did, what the Sikiru Adetono did, was to have gathered coronet obas. Coronet obas. We are saying Awujale of Ijebu land. There's nothing like that. It's a function of politics. There's nothing like Alake of Egba land. It's a lie. Ilese Ijebu is prior to Ijebu Ode. Let them read their history. Why was he carried on back by an adult across the river to Ilese? Why did they tell him not to set his eyes, as he put in his book, not to set his eyes on the Oba of Ilese again? That may appear ludicrous to you now because you are in 2025. But those who came up with the idea will know why they did. There's nothing like Ijebu land. You have, just like in Ondo State, Obaile preceded Akure. Go and meet archaeologists, meet social anthropologists. Let them tell you Obaile defines the excavations from Obaile rivals Egypt, ancient Egypt. Now Obaile does not have the Oba of Obaile does not have the same prominence as Deji of Akure. So if somebody is saying Akure land or Ijebu land or Egba land, you know it is politics. Even the remuneration under the colonial administration was also a function of politics. It was determined to the extent to which you were able to sell your own people to the colonialists. It's not as if you are better. No, it's not as if you are better. So to say whether people protested or not, is it not shameful when Secret Adetono was brought from London by Adeola Odutola, and he was asked to stay in Ipebi for 90 days, were the imams there? From Muhammad and Jesus in all of this. So now, if you did not choose how you were selected as a king, as an Oba, does it not sound, rather?
So are you implying? Are you implying? Which brings me to the question I wanted to ask is there a place for people's individual religion in this
you cannot have an individual religion, and I quickly explain.
Yes.
That position is communal. That position belongs to the community.
Okay.
There was nothing like an individual religion when that position started. There was nothing like that. Religion was communal. Traditionally.
So
nobody fought over religion in our midst.
Because
religion was communal, festivals were communal.
Because we have another.
They were done communally. The introduction of individualism came with Christianity and Islam. It is there. Once you say you are no longer interested in what you are doing, you cannot appropriate and reprobate at the same time. Once you reject what makes you an Oba, you have abdicated the throne. You are just occupying a mere building. Occupying a building is not a palace.
What do you say of the traditional ruler, the Oluwo of Iwo, who is also campaigning vigorously?
I'm sorry, this is my first time on your program. I don't want to talk about Rashidi, and I call him Rashidi because I'm older in age than Rashidi. Rashidi is not an Oba. And anybody who is using him as an example, pardon me. I don't want to descend. I'm older in age, I'm more educated, and from what we have heard about Rashidi, from what is in the media space, Rashidi should not be found in the midst of decent people.
Oh, okay. Let's just. I know where you're going.
Who was mulling India?
No, you can't say that. No, please.
Because you see,
no. Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm not
excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me.
Okay, sir.
This is a radio. This is a radio station. The whole world is listening to us, and we cannot call him names. I will ask for an apology, please, on that before we can move on.
Concerning what? I apologize for bringing this to your program. I apologize for bringing it to your program. Let me quickly say this.
Yes.
Let me quickly say this, sir. You see, when you talk about an Oba, you are necessarily implying that somebody occupies an office belonging to a people. And what it also means that as that person is ascending the throne, there are checks, there are inbuilt mechanisms for checking the excesses of this person. So when you have an Oba who, take for instance, go to the Express to go and attend a crusade and remove his crown and put it on the ground, and now to do praise song, call about they talk about Osho cannot do anything, Ajay cannot do anything, only Jesus power is the superpower, none of this. Then you see when you want to look at the fate of a race that is destined for extinction, don't look at the physical structures, the dilapidated buildings you find around. Don't look at the bad roads and all of this, because even the good roads you find around are non-existent roads if your children are not the ones participating in the construction of these roads. If you have not been able to build the capacity of your children to the extent that they are the ones who treat you when you fall sick, they are the ones who fix your roads, they are the ones who produce what you eat, you are just living in a colony of slaves. So when a system decides to have a head, the wisdom behind, the collective wisdom behind choosing or selecting a head has to be looked into.
Okay.
Before we begin to pick and choose, you cannot accept Obaship.
All right. We would like to open up our lines now. 021 0277-00993. And the other line is 0201-465-7190. I think we have a caller now. Hello, good morning. Morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
My name is Eniola.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling from Lagos. We're happy to hear the gentleman on the radio speak so much, from the educated point of view. I actually don't think you should open your lines too much for comments. Rather, you should probably invite an opposing side to come and see their own side.
Okay.
In this instance, the eye-opening thing for me is the fact that the effort the English made in subjugating our traditional institutions.
Yes.
For example, the knighthood, you see the way he described it, that they were made to kneel to the king in England to take that title. That means they were actually consenting to the overlordship of the English system. I mean, when a Yoruba will go to England and agree to be knighted, and then they call his own office a chieftaincy stool, whereas the English is the only. You see the systematic thing, and that is what is being perpetuated by these modern day obas when they say they are an Emma and Emma Oba. Where is that done?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning to the guest.
Yes.
Okay, I just have a question. Because I have been wanting to ask this question. If you look at our traditions most times, they come with some evil deeds, killing of twins, and even when widows lose their husband, you see some traditions, dehumanize them. You can count a lot of things like this.
Oh, gosh. Okay, we lost a call. But did you hear the last caller?
Yeah, I was trying to. I heard.
Well, he talked about some part of our old traditions that involved killing of twins, this and that. I don't know where he was headed, but I think he meant it as a result, as an indication that we should throw away the baby with the bathwater. But these people don't know sometimes. I'd like to comment quickly. I remember people don't know that in England one time the king had so much power in the days of off with his head, and they would with the guillotine they would slaughter the man in public. So I wonder what you think about that.
Even the husband had the power of life and death over the wife. Yes, go and read the Mayor of Casterbridge. Maybe that will give you an idea of what happened in the Victorian era not too long ago. So, and of course, there's always this mistake about, some people say, that is, religion is different from culture. Nothing can be further from the truth. Nothing can be further from the truth. The culture of a people is defined as the totality of a people's way of life. Religion is a subset in that culture. You cannot have a culture that is separate from a religion. What you are experiencing in Nigeria, especially in Yoruba land today, is subversion. It's subversion. You want to use a subset from another environment. So you want to impose that on, a culture that is witnessing, certain adversities. Now, somebody mentioned the killing of twins. Why they were killing twins in Calabar, and Mary Slessor was becoming their champion. In Yoruba land, we were worshipping twins. If a woman had 3 sets of twins, she became a goddess. She will not be sent to the stream again. Go to Igboora. Igboora in Oyo State here.
Yes.
They worship twins. So you can't just pick one. Like when they were killing twins in Igbo land, we were worshiping them here. Of course, no culture is perfect. It continues to reinvent itself.
Yes.
No culture is perfect. In a culture, you must have a language Our language is dying. When the Europeans came, they called our language vernacular.
Yes. Don't speak in
We'll be
vernacular.
punished for speaking our language. We'll be punished for speaking our language. Even told our children not to speak. We were told not to speak our language. And up to now,
yes.
that idea still persists. You pay for alienation. What they teach our children is to alienate them from society. We train them to lose them. That is why even the curriculum is about alienation. That is why one of our children who claim to be civil engineers are engaged in public works. How do you develop a society when all you see, everything is foreign? The roads you see that you praise, these are not your roads. They are non-existent roads because your children are not participating. They have no input. Nothing at all. The food you eat, something as basic as tomato. We were crying over tomato. Our children are being destroyed. Let me just put it like that. The curriculum prepares them so that we may lose them. It's alienation.
Okay, Prof. Yes. I've been speaking to Dr. Doyin Odebowale, who is a lawyer and have been one time SSA to my good friend Akiti. Unfortunately, time is up. 1 hour is not enough for us to particularly tear this thing apart. But I thank you very much for your contribution. Our minds are in sync on a lot of issues because when an issue like this comes up, I like to let everybody know where I stand. And I'm not a traditionalist, so I don't, but I believe that there is space for everybody. And what should be. That is a direct, that's a direct from direct translation from Yoruba to English. What should be will be.
Yeah, and Sam, may I quickly chip in this?
Yes.
People talk about law, that the same law brought in place, put in place by the colonialists, downgraded the Obaship. That same law is maintained by us. 1959, chieftains up till the present moment. No Oba is the paramount ruler of anywhere. You are under the local government chairman.
Yes.
The local government chairman must write it. So when people now talk about new law, new this, Islam is not a modern religion. Christianity is not. So now that the religion of Islam or the religion of Christianity will now be used as a superior measure over us. It's like we are willingly embracing what? Annihilation.
Okay.
We are embracing annihilation. We are moving towards the desert.
Thank you very much.
Awaits us.
Thank you, Dr.
I thank you for having me. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. That's why we end our program today. I'd like to thank Sherif for being here. Thanks for his support. There's so many darts that I would have got. My telephone right now, as you see it, is full of messages. At another time, we'll keep up the discussion, and we'll take the advice of the gentleman who called and said we'll bring the other side. What the other side is, I don't know, but we will bring somebody who doesn't believe in what he has said. That's why we'll end it for today. Thank you very much, sir. We're most grateful. What's Up Lagos comes up next, so don't go away.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.